Who are these three mysterious people in the Bible who never died? Did you know that there are three people in the Bible who never died? Yes, you heard that right. Three mysterious figures whose deaths have no evidence. Neither their graves were found nor was any funeral held for them. These three people went to heaven just like that, out of nowhere. Who are these three mysterious figures? Were they human or angels? Are they still alive today? And the biggest question, why did they not die? Is there some divine secret hidden in them? Today, we will tell the story of these three incredible biblical characters whose deaths are not mentioned in the Bible. So stay connected until the end, because today you will discover a biblical secret that almost no one has told you. Let's begin with the first person in the Bible whom God himself called to be with him without seeing death. His name is Enoch. Who is Enoch? Enoch is mentioned in the Bible in the book of Genesis. Enoch was a seventh-generation descendant of Adam. The name of Enoch's father was Jared, and the name of his son was Methuselah, who is considered the longest living person in the Bible. Genesis 5, in chapters 21 to 24, states that Enoch was 65 years old when he had Methuselah, and after Methuselah's birth, Enoch walked with God for 300 years and had more sons and daughters. Enoch lived a full 365 years and continued to walk with God. Then he disappeared because God took him. Yes, the Bible clearly states that Enoch disappeared. Why? Because God took him. Here, disappeared means that Enoch suddenly vanished. He was taken to heaven. Now the question arises, what was it about Enoch that made him avoid death? The Bible says that Enoch walked with God. This means his lifestyle, conduct, and faith were all aligned with God. He became so close to God that God removed him from the earth. Hebrews 11 verse 5 states that Enoch was taken by faith so that he would not experience death. And he was not found anywhere because God had taken him. Please pay attention. Enoch was taken up because he pleased God. Today, when we stray in our lives and become trapped in sin, Enoch gives us an example. If we also walk with God and have faith in him, he will elevate us. What does Enoch's life teach us? The first lesson is to walk with God. The second lesson, believe in God. The third, learn that I must live a holy life. Enoch's life is an inspiration. A person who walked with God even in this sinful world and went to heaven without dying. Have you ever thought about that? What if Enoch were here with us today? Would he tell us to keep our lives pure? To have faith in God, because only he can deliver us from the fear of death? Friends, Enoch's name is still alive today because he did something remarkable. He revealed his walk with God, his faith, his life. And that is why Enoch is still an example in the world today. A name that never tasted death, but was taken directly to God. Now imagine, if Enoch's life was that incredible, how amazing would the story be of the next character who went straight to heaven in a fiery chariot? Yes, now we will talk about Elijah, but to find out more, you will have to stay with us. So, friends, after hearing the amazing story of Enoch, let's now move on to another great figure in the Bible, a prophet who stood against the most powerful queen of his time and exalted the name of God, only to be taken directly to heaven in a fiery chariot. His name was Elijah. Elijah was a great prophet in the Old Testament of the Bible. He is introduced in 1 Kings chapter 17. His ascension occurred during a very difficult time in Israel's history, when the nation was completely immersed in idol worship. At that time, the king was Ahab and his queen was Jezebel. Jezebel had spread the worship of the false god Baal throughout Israel. The priests and prophets were exhausted, and the name of God was being erased. So God raised Elijah. His name itself carries a message. Elijah means Jehovah is my God. For years, not a single drop of water fell from the sky. Elijah performed many wondrous acts through the power of God. The widow's house never ran out of grain and oil. He brought a dead boy back to life. Fire fell from heaven. He defeated 450 priests of Baal. Elijah challenged the priests of Baal, saying, "If Baal is real, he will accept your sacrifice. Otherwise, my God will send fire from heaven." The priests of Baal kept shouting and even injuring themselves, but nothing happened. Then Elijah prayed, and immediately fire fell from heaven, consuming the sacrifice. Seeing this, all of Israel cried out, "Jehovah is God." Despite accomplishing such great things, Elijah was still human. When Queen Jezebel threatened to kill him, he was afraid and fled into the wilderness. Broken and exhausted, he even said to God, "Oh, God, take my life now." But God sent an angel to touch him, provide food, and remind him, "Your work is not yet done." Now comes the most mysterious and miraculous event. Elijah never died. 2 Kings 2 verse 11 states, "As they were walking and talking, suddenly a chariot of fire with horses of fire appeared and separated them, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind." A fiery chariot, horses of fire, and Elijah ascending to heaven while seated inside. No sickness, no death, no grave. He went straight to God. His story teaches that one must always stand for God, even if the whole world is against him. Human weakness is natural, but God never lets his faithful lose. If life feels difficult, God's angel is preparing the way. The greatest lesson is that if God wills it, he can even save someone from death. Elijah is mentioned not only in the Old Testament, but also in the New Testament. Jewish tradition holds that Elijah will return before the coming of Messiah. In Matthew 17, when Jesus was transfigured on a mountain, both Moses and Elijah appeared to visit him. This shows that Elijah is still alive today. He is with God. His story carries a powerful message. Never give up. Even if the world turns against you, God is with you. Life may be full of challenges, but one day, God will lift his faithful ones, even above death itself. But wait, there is one more character whose story remains. A mysterious figure with no details of birth, no proof of death, who never died and had no end. Who was he? Melchizedek, the priest of the Most High God. A king whose origins are unknown, whose existence raises profound questions. Was he truly a human, or did he possess a divine nature? And why did this person never have to face death? You need proof? Melchizedek is first introduced in Genesis 14, verses 18 to 20. Friends, the name Melchizedek appears for the first time in the Bible in Genesis 14 to 18, where he appears directly to Abraham. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought bread and wine. He was a priest of the Most High God. Now notice, this was not an ordinary person. That king was the king of Salem. He was a priest of the Most High God. The first time in the Bible that someone is called a priest of the Most High is when he is seen as Melchizedek. What is the mystery of Salem? Salem means a place of peace. Biblical scholars believe that Salem later became Jerusalem. This means that, looking at Melchizedek, he was the king of peace. And in the Bible, Jesus Christ is also called the King of Peace. So is this just a coincidence? Or was Melchizedek a manifestation of Jesus Christ? After Abraham defeated his enemies, Melchizedek met him and blessed him. Please pay attention. Melchizedek brought bread, grapes, and wine. This same bread and wine later became symbols of Jesus Christ. Abraham was so impressed that he gave Melchizedek a tenth of his earnings, that is, the tithe. Remember, Abraham is the one whom God called the father of blessings, and this same Abraham was giving tithes to Melchizedek. This means that Melchizedek was greater than Abraham. There is no evidence of Melchizedek's lineage. Now we come to the most mysterious words in the Bible, written in Hebrews chapter 7, verse 3. He had no father, no mother, no genealogy. His life had no beginning and no end, but he was made like the Son of God. Have you ever thought about it? How can someone exist without being born? How can someone exist without death? This is why many scholars believe that Melchizedek was not an ordinary man. Instead, he was a pre-manifestation of Jesus Christ, the pre-incarnate Christ, or a divine angel sent by God for a specific purpose. Seeing Melchizedek as a symbol of Christ, or Christ himself. Friends, the name Melchizedek is composed of two parts in Hebrew. Since Melchizedek means king and righteousness means justice, this means he was the king of righteousness, just as Jesus Christ is the king of justice and peace. Looking at Melchizedek, he was a king. Jesus is also a king. Looking at Melchizedek, he was a priest. Jesus is also the high priest. There is no beginning or end to Melchizedek. Jesus is also eternal. Looking at Melchizedek, he brought bread and wine. This is what Jesus did at the Last Supper. So isn't it clear that Melchizedek was a representation of Jesus? Did Melchizedek ever die? There is no description of Melchizedek's death in the Bible. His age is not mentioned anywhere, nor is the name of any of his descendants. He suddenly appears. He gives his blessings, and then he disappears somewhere. Hebrews states that he lives forever. So is Melchizedek still alive? Did he truly never die? Melchizedek teaches us that God's ways are very mysterious. Sometimes he comes to us in a form we do not recognize. Looking at Melchizedek reminds us of Jesus Christ, who is infinite, the King of righteousness and the King of peace. The story of Melchizedek teaches us that in God's kingdom, there is no one greater or smaller. True kings are those who bring righteousness and peace. If you follow the path of righteousness and peace in your life, one day you too will become part of eternal life. And most importantly, the path to God is always open. You just have to believe. Do you want to be like Enoch? Do you also want to give God the same place in your life? Then start today, because this is who God is. He was the same yesterday. He is the same today. And he will continue to be the same in the future. He can lift his devoted ones even now. So, friends, these are the three mysterious men of the Bible whom death could not touch. Enoch, who walked with God and was taken away. Elijah, who ascended to heaven in a fiery chariot. Melchizedek, who had no beginning, no end, no birth, no death. They all teach the same thing. If you walk with God, not even death can harm you. So, friends, if you found this video informative, inspiring, and amazing, we humbly ask you to subscribe to our channel right now. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, because these rare and precious insights should reach everyone. And yes, support our channel so we can continue bringing such incredible, true, and inspiring biblical videos to you. Thank you, friends, and we will meet again for another mysterious and inspiring story. May God bless you all abundantly.